we always talk about a bouncing confidence for the guys when they've had a big result. But speaking to Warren there, he said that feeling was really getting into them before the match in Fir Park. Was that something that you felt as well?
Yeah, I think I did. I think it's, the big thing I've been saying to the players relentlessly this season is believing in what we're doing and keep doing the things we're doing, cut out the areas where we've let ourselves down, and this will turn, and trying to get the players to keep buying into that. Credit to them because they have. They've always stuck by it. They've always, I think even the way we've started games during difficult periods on the front foot, and I've said numerous times about how the togetherness around that. I think the equaliser against Aberdeen's a massive moment for a confidence point of view as well, and they definitely took that into the game against Motherwell, which was great to see. And as a result of that, as you'd expect, everyone seems to be in a good place at the moment.
Scoring goals is something that it's a habit, it's something you want to get them into as well. How pleasing to see them taking their chances this last week.
Yeah, that was a big thing, taking the chances we had. We actually had a few other big chances that we missed within the game as well. And as I've said a lot as well, it's about would have been much more concerned had we not been creating chances all season, or we're scrambling around wondering where a result was going to come from. We did truly believe it was going to turn, but that's not us completely turned the corner. We know that we're where we are. It doesn't stop doing the things we're working on. We continue to work hard at these areas, and then we also go into a game at the weekend, which is a real difficult test.
Is it a release of pressure? Does it almost take the pressure away going to Celtic Park now that the 4 points in the last two games is under the belt, off the bottom of the table, and knowing that it's not a huge amount expected when any team goes to Celtic Park?
Yeah, well, I think you talk about pressure and expectation. I think Celtic will be the team that are expected to go and win, so they have to deal with that. We just have to look at ourselves and build on what we've done at the weekend, take the confidence from that, and go and believe you can get a result. It's a real difficult place to go. The players have already been there. A great side, top players, top coach, so listen, it's a daunting task, we know that, but it's certainly one that if you believe you can go and get something, why can it not be us?
I guess any team has its weaknesses, but the narrower the better they get. What do you see in Celtic, or is there ways that you can get at them and try and use the pressure that's on them against them, I suppose?
Listen, I think we just have to, as a team, for us, we need to concentrate what we can do, and we need every player to be at their absolute maximum, and you need to hope that that's enough. And I think you need to have a good game plan. You need to be structured in what you do. At times you'll need to ride your luck. At times that's what happens. But you need to have that confidence going there, that you're not just going there hoping. You need to go there and believe in what we're doing, and really back yourself in these situations, because it's also a really good test that the players can look forward to testing themselves against Champions League players. That's a team that's playing in the Champions League. A lot of the players who are in my squad at the moment have aspirations to go and play at higher levels if they can, or they want to try and reach the highest level they can. So it's a great opportunity for them to test themselves against a good side in a great arena to play football.
Garvin Stewart has been confirmed as joining the club. Have you met him? What are your impressions of him, and how is he going to help going into these next few months, particularly with recruitment?
Obviously I met him just once briefly. Obviously very experienced, comes with a vast knowledge and experience in that area, and I think it's a great addition for the football club. That's an area where it's such an important part of the club. The work there never stops, and at any time you can improve in that area, and anything that can be done to strengthen the club is something that everyone's on board with, and it's a good appointment.
You'd said in the summer how getting the squad changed around into what you were needing was not going to be a case of one or even two windows in January. Is it a case of incremental kind of improvements, or how do you look at that window coming up?
Well, I think the work, I know the window closes, but as soon as the window closes, the opportunity, the work never stops, basically in that department, trying to always look to see if you can strengthen on ins and outs. That's just natural with the window being open. We've got a lot of players that will attract interest as well, so it's probably about being proactive as much as you can. And in an ideal world, what would you like? We've always got plans in place for what we'd like to achieve, but at the same time you can only do what we can do. We'll always, if it's possible and it's something that we feel is right for the football club, we'd like to do it, but at the same time I was heavily backed in the summer, and I've got a real good squad of players here. My full focus between now and until the window opens, and I'm being asked questions about that, is on trying to get to January in the best position we can be and try and turn around our league position, and then the hard work that's been going on continuously will be looked at come January.
So it's hectic fixture wise between now and January, and league position could be, it's so tight. You could be up in the top six, you could be back down towards the bottom. Will that affect the way that you look at the squad and what needs to be done?
No, probably not. I think it's just the way we are. I think my full focus is on changing our league position. I think you just touched it, the amount of games over a short period of time. I've also said for a number of weeks now how quickly the narrative can change. Now obviously we've got a real difficult test this weekend, but a couple of wins and you push yourself right back up there. I'm not sure exactly the amount of points we are, 6-7 points behind where we need to be, which is a couple of wins. We've got opportunities to go and do that. We've not won enough games to this point, but we need to be looking at how quickly we can turn that around, and obviously we've got a chance at the weekend to try and change that, a real difficult test. But there's a lot of fixtures coming up that my full focus is on changing the league position before I think about really this constant communication with that department about strengthening what we'd like to do. But my full focus is on results and performances at the moment.
Just any team news? Anyone in or out from last weekend?
Yeah, well, Quan can't play, obviously on loan from Celtic, and Jordan Abita comes back from suspension. He's served his couple of games, and unfortunately Rudy picked up a little bit of a tight groin at the beginning of the week, so this game will come too soon for him, but he's probably the only one. Apart from that, it's a fully fit squad, apart from the long-term injuries obviously.
What are the elements of the performances from the weekend that you'd like to see your players continue on in the following weeks?
Listen, I think the benefit of Saturday there was it was a real positive day in front of goal, but also defensively, a clean sheet, something to build on. We've not had enough of them this season, and I think players need to take confidence for that. Yes, it's a real tough test going there, but as I've already said, I think it's more the belief and the confidence the players can take from the game that they need to then go into the game with that belief that they can go and get a result, and every single player needs to be the best of their ability to try and do that.
Looking at the players, did you feel that the win in sort of the Aberdeen game eased the pressure off the players at all?
I think you can see the difference with scoring a goal in the last minute against Aberdeen, considering apart from in recent weeks we've conceded late goals. You only get 1 point for the result, the point against Aberdeen, but I think internally for the players and confidence-wise for the players it was so much more than just a point. And I think you've seen that in the Motherwell game, the way we started the game again, and then going and scoring the first goal, the second goal, and then controlling the game like we did. I think shows that they are a good side when we do the basics well. There was we weren't talking about the things we've been talking about all season. We kept 11 players on the pitch, which is a big thing as well. So from that point of view, decision making, and it was a real professional performance. And I think that's what we've demonstrated in periods this season when we do that we will be a good side, and that's why I've always had the belief that we can turn it around.